Hey y'all, welcome back again this weekend to some more Icewind Dale. We are descending into the depths of Dorn's Deep, the ancient dwarven stronghold, and as you can see, we have already encountered some resistance in the form of myconids, mushroom people. Not much resistance, but still. I won't call myconids harmless, but I really do hate to, have to put them down. An Ettin, on the other hand, basically a two-headed ogre. This guy I do not hate to put down. They're generally terrible. And it's been so long since I played this part of the game that I'm definitely interested to see exactly what we're going to find in here. And we have already located a door to another area. Well, since this cave probably dead ends, we'll check it out. Ah, orcs. Great. Orc, quote-unquote, elites. Whew-wee. Wonder what they're doing down here. As if we didn't know. These caves can get pretty twisty-turny, so... that sounded like a quest noise. Like when Motmic spots a trap. Whew. Ah, I see. There's a cliff wall there. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of Ettins. Try and keep them in single file there. Nice. Not bad work, if I do say so myself. It's an interesting variety of creatures down here. Oh, there's that statue that we were told about earlier, the one we saw in the vision of the Heartstone gem. A large monument with giant carvings of an elf and a dwarf as the centerpiece. An inscription between the two reads, "Through unity, we persevere." Yeah, well, that didn't really happen, unfortunately. It's a shame. Persevered up to a point, anyway. More different levels. Yeah, this cave's going to take a little while to explore properly. It's a good thing most of our party has dark vision. Well, some of our party. A bridge. Goes somewhere important, I'm sure. To the barracks. Okay. The barracks. I hope this isn't too hard to see because, of course, where this is quite a dark area, some of the details may be obscured. There we go. Well, that looks like the end of that. A fallen bridge lying deep in the caverns below the one currently in place. Okay. That met its cause doom, I guess. Some of these paths, not the most obvious. They circle around and over top of one another, that kind of thing. But that's alright, we'll figure it all out. We've got time. Oop, more blue mushrooms. Yep, that's what I thought. You see those and you start thinking myconids.
I'm not sure about this.
Well, maybe they'll come around this way. There we go. Now we can meet them. I'm so sorry about this, little mushroom guys. Well, big mushroom guys. I'm wondering why the Ettins and the myconids are so close together. Seems like they're working together, which is unusual. Once again, it's just been so long since I played Icewind Dale, my memory is spotty on some bits of the story. So I'm sure that there is some reason. Hooey. For all I know, they may be fighting one another and then they just see us and becomes a common enemy kind of thing. So let's see, a cave, the barracks. Let's head in here. Oh, don't like that sound. Let's hope that there's nothing untoward in here. Well, that hope was dashed fairly quickly. That's a lot of Ettins. Man. Hooey. It's a good thing our party is tough. Oh, a single skeleton has something interesting on it. Container of razor vine extract. Isn't razor vine the black vine that grows all over everything in Sigil in Planescape Torment? This container is almost completely pitch black with a slight translucency that reveals what appears to be an equally dark liquid contained inside. An inscription barely readable from where to the bottle reads, "Container of razorvine extract, property of mourns for trees." Yes, that is a reference to Planescape Torment, because Mourns for Trees is a character in Planescape Torment. Someone for whom you can basically do like a side quest, helping them to grow some plants in Sigil because they are upset that there's so little plant life in the area. Yeah, that sounds right. Man, that's a good game. It's been too long since I played that one as well. That one doesn't get a label. Odd. Of course, we can't seem to reach it yet. We'll come back there later, perhaps? I'm suspicious. That seems like pretty much everything. We'll head over here and see what happens next. Ooh, now we're in it. This looks like dwarven construction here. Is that an orc? I see. Ooh, I'm gonna have to put a trigger warning on this video again. Sorry about the spiders.
I'm not sure about this.
Well, I'm sure about this, Keishara. How about we try our new spell? Haha! Have some cloud kill. Let's see, what else can we do? Yeah, well... What you gonna do? And now we have a vitriolic sphere. Where is it? Nope, that's force missiles. Fireball. Is that it? Yes. There we go. Come on, wizard, do your thing.
Done. Here I come. And the hells come with me.
Well, fight back. Neo-Orog Marauder. Unpleasant.
Here I come. And the hells come with me. Ready.
Man, he walked right through that cloud kill spell. Dislike. Ooh. Ooh, a drow sorcerer. Dislike. Oh my goodness gracious. That's a mess. Okay, well, 2 can play at that game. Meanwhile, looks like we're going to have to do a little bit of healing. Now that we've gotten rid of... Let's see, there we go, Ice Lance. We've gotten rid of his, whatchamacallit, his duplicates. Oh, we've got a wizard battle now, folks. There we go. That one's out of duplicates. Phew-wee. Actually, there we go. Now that the duplicates are gone, we can just shoot that one, I think. Oh, wee. Right, as Cloudkill wore off as well. Nice. That was a little more rough than I thought it would be. Was not expecting an ambush of that size. Goodness gracious. Phew. There you go. You all deserve it. We have all these healing spells for a reason. Back on trap duty. Absolutely. Ooh. Okay, I guess we're going this way. The enemies kind of determine our path for us. If they see us, we're going to go that direction.
They're not going anywhere.
Whew-wee. There are a lot of them. Neo-Orog General. I don't know, he seemed pretty specific to me. He had that unique sprite. gracious.
I'm here.
Well, we shall not want for arrows, at least in this dungeon. Oh, that reminds me.
What you need.
We've been forgetting about the Jester's Bag of Holding. I think that made 20 plus 1 arrows just now. Let's see, a dagger plus 1, a dagger plus 1. Got some swords as well. I'm guessing these are probably plus 1 long swords. Yep. Yep. That's acceptable. Good loot, good loot. Phew-wee. Hatheland is feeling it too. This looks like some kind of council chamber. Aha!
Death comes for you.
More generals. Goodness gracious. They look like they're using two-handed swords in one hand. One big ol' hand.
Sword and sturdy shield to take you.
Okay.
I'm come for you. Fire and lightning should light you. I'm not sure.
There are a lot of them. A lot of them. Shoo-wee. Dorn's Deep is overrun.
I'm on it.
The Heartstone gem wasn't lying when they said that there is something evil down here. Uh-oh. More drow. Great, love that.
I'm not sure.
We'll have to chew through them quickly.
My best.
I'm guessing these Orogs are their servants or allies or something.
See you to your grave.
Whew. You can tell they carry the good loot, though. Look at that. Take that high-quality crossbow, too. Whew-wee. A cave, it looks like. Oh, I don't know why I did that. Okay, well, we will come back here then. Let's take a look at this other gear that we have picked up. Chainmail plus 1. Is anyone wearing? Aha, hey. Oh, he's already got chainmail plus 1. Drat. Plate mail. Splint mail. Let's see, that's 4, 3, and 2. Is this better, maybe? 4, 2, and 6. Not really. Not enough to change. Sam can help carry that. Bolt of Biting, plus 1. Ooh, poison damage. Well, that's right up Motmic's alley. That's a lot of plus 1 longswords. This is exactly what I'm talking about when I mention, like, having too many magical weapons or too much treasure and you have to liquidate it and it basically just becomes cash to you. It loses its value and its meaning, kind of. That is so many plus 1 longswords. I mean, I'm not unhappy in a game where you need money. Like, that's fine.
Time to trim this one down to size.
This one's mine.
Oh, now they're fighting over them. Whoo-wee. Oh, you're coming to us? Okay.
I'll take it.
I'm not sure of this. Death comes for you.
Astrid is a lot more sure about it than Sana is.
Comes for you. Death comes for you.
Wrath.
Goodness gracious. Alrighty, folks. Oh, well, I guess there's no reason for that yet. Take them out. Now search for traps. This loops back around the other way. Excellent. I love the construction of this place because it looks like it was built with either individual sort of armor plates or different stones that are all carved with runes. It's just a really neat aesthetic, I think. It does look very dwarvish. So, you know, well done there. Ooh. Ooh.
I'll take care of it. Yeah.
Yes?
Come on. There we go.
You would do well.
Oh, somebody just leveled up. Nice. A room full of furnaces.
Time to trim this one down to size.
More level ups. I'm not surprised, considering. Drow Vanguard. It's a lot of those. Goodness gracious. Spider spawn. Oh. Ooh, that is a nasty spell. There we are. I'd say that, yeah, Keishara can identify most of these because they're just +1. This is an awful spell. It summons a bunch of spiders. Giant spiders, phase spiders, sword spiders, or what have you. So, we're going to teach her that. That is a very dark elfy spell. I don't know how much we'll use it, though, don't worry. Ooh, here we go. Axe of Caged Souls, +3. My goodness. Here's what we love. This is the juicy lore behind this weapon. Like many prominent dwarven weapons, this axe was enchanted by the prayers and devotion of dwarven priests. The Axe of Caged Souls was created as a defense against the resuscitated corpses of their foes and allies. Yeah, assorted spiders. I'm not something I necessarily want in my arsenal, but I guess my enemies want it a lot less. Against the resuscitated corpses of their foes and allies that dark elven sorcerers and priestesses would continually drive at dwarven defenses. Okay, so it's anti-undead. It was used in combat by Jamoth Stonetree at the Battle of the Dead, where a group of 20 veteran dwarven warriors held off 10 drow mages and their army of zombies, ghouls, and wights. An inscription along the eternally sharp blade reads, "With each stroke, liberation." Yeah, so it is a +3 weapon, and it's +5 versus the undead. And it is one-handed. We'll check that out in a moment. A lightning bolt. Lol. Bolt of biting. Good, good. I'm sure this is just more +1 chainmail. Heavy crossbow of accuracy. Oh, the guide. A favored siege weapon of King Shastir Longeve. Crossbows of this type were designed for the systematic removal of defensive forces thought safe behind the battlements of castles. Scant few of these weapons survive to this day, mainly due to the eventual annihilation of the king's forces by a coalition of subjugated lands. See, they got tired of his crap. Mithril field plate armor +2. Ooh, nice. 0, -4 versus slashing, +3 versus piercing and missile. Let's see. I think this could be a really nice replacement for Hatheland's splint mail. All things considered, since Astrid already has a lower AC than him. And this is lighter. There we go. Nice. Nice, nice. Okay. Split some of this stuff up to be carried by other people. There we go. I think we're good, except for this. Now this is +2 defender. So this is only a +2 axe, but is also +2 to AC and 10% missile resistance. Now, I think I prefer that overall, because, I mean, this is +1 additional to damage and another further +2 versus solid undead like zombies, ghouls, things like that, which is great. On the other hand, his AC did just drop a lot because we gave him an armor upgrade, so he could use this. Lose that missile resistance, though. He's getting beaten up a lot. I'm going to say, for now, I think this one is generally more useful, like in a broader variety of situations, or just to hang on to at all times. But then this one, if we fight a bunch of undead, he can switch to that. And yeah, actually, I used to think something kind of like that myself. I always thought splint mail, when I pictured it, I didn't really know what it meant, and so I was thinking it was made out of splints. And it's just... it sounded uncomfortable. Alright, Astrid leveled up. Theka went down, hit points gained. Excellent, excellent. Motmic has leveled up, in fighter. And he got a proficiency slot. Nice, as well as some save reductions. So he's got 2 in dagger, he's got 2 in crossbow, 2 in single weapon style. I don't think two-handed weapon style affects ranged weapons, because of course his crossbow is two-handed, but I don't believe... I don't think that works. I'm not sure. We're at that point again, though, where don't really know what else to spend it on, unfortunately. And since his other weapon is a dagger, you know, it would be a waste to give him two-handed weapon style if it doesn't apply to his crossbow, because he already has single weapon style, so he's not going to be dual wielding, you know. He's not using a shield. You know, I'm going to do something I don't normally do. I'm just going to look it up. I'm going to see whether there is an answer for that. Oh, okay, here's something from the Beamdog website. That's the studio that actually made the Enhanced Edition. And it's saying that ranged weapons don't benefit from weapon style proficiency points. So that also means that things like throwing axes or darts and stuff don't benefit from single weapon style either. Okay, well, that makes sense, and that is what I thought, so I'm not surprised. So, that leaves us with the question, though, what should we put this point into? I think, once again, I feel like it should be something that maybe other people are not using, in case we come across a really good one and want to hang on to it. So what are we down to? I think it's kind of like mostly... we're not going to put it in clubs, so I think it's like katanas and scimitars, which that's kind of up his alley anyway, just like the single stealthy blade. So how about we'll put it in scimitar and wakizashi ninjato. There we go. If nobody has another opinion or has an objection, we'll stick it in there, and that way, if we find a good one, he can actually use it. Now, so far, I think we've only found a couple of these. We found several katanas. We found a couple of these, and they were mostly just +1 weapons, so I'm not upset about having already sold them or thrown them away. And then there was like one cursed one, which that may have been a katana. Alright. Let's get back to it. Oh, I'm still selected on her.
Agreed.
This is obviously like a weapon forging room. I love the rack of hammers over here. It's really cool. And the folks at Black Isle knew a lot about level design in terms of the aesthetic. Even if you don't always like the layout of their dungeons, they look really good, I think. This enormous round table is ornamented with elaborate dwarven inscriptions. I'd be disappointed if it wasn't. Oh-ho. Looky here. Well, of course, a dwarf is going to find the secret dwarven door, right? Yeah. Okay. That looks like all of this area. This goes to a labyrinth. Don't know if I care about that, or care for that, rather. Well, okay, let's head to the secret door first. We're standing right next to it, and labyrinth sounds like something that's going to take a long time. A room with giant runes on the floor. Surely nothing terrible can happen here. Looks like it might be a dead end, though. These are dwarven gods, I'm assuming, so this is like some sort of a secret chapel, perhaps? Weirdly not finding anything here. That looks like probably Moradin. Could be Clangeddin Silverbeard. That one could be him. That one's probably, oh. I can never remember her name. Hala Brightaxe? Is that it? Let's see, okay. Gonna be bold. We're gonna... Whoa! Okay, great. Lightning bolt. Okay. So, either he's just not picking up on these traps, which is unlikely. Well, I mean, they're dwarven traps. They're probably fairly well hidden. Or they're not actually traps that you can disarm. It's like, yeah, see, they want you to step on the runes in a certain order, perhaps. Sorry, guys. And that is the wrong order. Okay, so that means that we need to... Oh? What is that? You hear a loud click followed by 11 similar-sounding clicks echoing throughout the room. I have no idea what I just did. I genuinely don't. I have no memory of this place. And the game is not really helping me. I don't know if I stepped on the correct one. Surely I didn't. It's by random chance. So here's hoping that I didn't permanently screw something up. Alright, well we'll head back over this way to the labyrinth and we'll come back here when we have more clues. Because I'm certain we're going to need more information in order to get through that part. For now, we will go to the labyrinth. Sablich Tan. Proceed no further. Traveler, as I would speak with you. Yeah, I'm not going to talk like that the whole time for him if he's not voiced. Oh man, Mist D&D edition would be good. Yeah, either as a tabletop or just to have like a Mist type game set in this world. So didn't realize your kind could speak. I am not what you see. I was a master transmuter, a red wizard of Thay. My knowledge vast and... Oh, okay. Well, how'd you wind up like this, whatever you are? My name was Sablich Tan. Of my mistakes, one grew tired. use my precious magics to make that which I am. Having much confusion as days move on. Must tell you, I am frightened. Okay, so it sounds like his mind is going as he settles into this shape. Orogs that roam these passages. My passages are my creation. They have much contempt for me. I cannot leave my form, my home, punishment for my ambition. I derived pleasure for altering against their will. I have much regret. What is done is done. I cannot excuse my actions or my intents. I am not alone in guilt, and I am consumed with hatred for one. Responsibility rests not on my soul alone. I am but a pawn. I must be brief, as I grow tired. You can help others and help me. Within these caves, the Orogs have a leader. Not only that role, but another he fills. What you talking about, Willis? He is one of 6. His presence and others here to prevent intrusion, placed by the one that would wrong myself and many, many others. Without his existence, his minions will scatter, and the evil drow weaker. I'm afraid there may be no other way. I remain overcome with guilt. I cannot excuse my actions. However, my relevance in this world flickers, and a far greater injustice burns bright. I am very grateful, and know your actions extend beyond my plight. Before you leave, he will be in possession of a symbol, a badge. You must obtain this. Return with this, and I will know you are true to your word. I will attempt to provide more insight then. An Umber Hulk. Okay, that's what those are called. Yeah, they're like bug creatures that live underground, and Dark Elves like to make slaves out of them. Of course, I mean, that's not special. The Dark Elves love to make slaves out of everyone. Ooh. More Orogs. We're going to keep Motmic in trap hunting mode here.
I'm on it.
Man, now I'm really thinking about D&D Mist. Oh. Well, that was quick. Who are you? What you do here? I'm looking for you. You have found him. What you want? I've come to obtain your badge. You will get nothing, and you will die. Lol, says Hatheland. So, thank you. Yes, I'm terribly cursed with this amazing idea that now I want to, like, probably run as a game. Do a little dimensional travel with some books. Especially because it's been long enough now that even though they have made and remade Myst, you're talking about, like, well, like, there are a lot of folks who haven't played it because it is, like, such a classic game. It's been out a long time. So you probably could run a D&D game based heavily around Myst or Riven or all of them, actually. I mean, why not? And you know, people would not catch on right away. A Cairn Blade +4. Ooh, named for its ability to lay warriors low, the Cairn Blade was used by the mercenary Adal Cairn. Cairn, maybe? Okay, we'll call him Cairn. Was a skilled heavy infantryman. He and his company, Cairn's Breakers, hired themselves out to all sorts of warlords, bandits, wizards, and religious leaders. Oh yeah, absolutely. You could play those as like intelligent magic items or something like that, an imprisonment spell. Yeah, I think at this point, like in 2019, almost 2020, that's probably true, just because it's such an old game. There's probably an upsurge in like new people playing it when the HD remake came out. A lot of new folks probably discovered it for the first time, but I don't think that the re-release was the phenomenon that the original release was. So it's probably in that category of like semi-forgotten classics. Maybe I'll play that on here. Let's see. They were typically placed at the front of the battlefield where they would intercept charging heavy cavalry units and break their formation. Cairn died in 1054 Dale Reckoning, that's what that DR means. When he accidentally killed the horse of a heavily armored foe, the horse fell on top of Cairn, killing him. In the madness of the battle that followed, most of his comrades were routed. Though Cairn's body was never found, the group that had employed him at the time, the Church of Helm, recovered his distinctive sword, which is just a +4 two-handed sword. Oh, well, we don't have anybody here that's going to be swinging that. That's okay, though. Note to Krelag. Ooh. Chief Krelag. As you know by now, your master and creator is gone. Malavon, Sablich's associate, will now be handling all magical affairs in the dome north of the Artisans District. You are the strongest of your kind, and thus it is to you that I extend Sablich's badge of lieutenancy. Use it as a symbol of the authority that I have loaned to you. If ever you and the others need to have audience with me, you must bring your badge with you. Think of it as a key, one of 6 keys to a lock. Do not lose it. I am placing you and the other Orogs in charge of defending the upper reaches of Dorn's Deep. It is your new home. Do with it what you wish, but always submit to my will and to the will of Ilmater. Your nearest peer is Craig Frostbeard in Worm's Tooth. If you are in need of assistance, call upon him and his kin for aid. Defend the stronghold with your lives, for if you survive in failure, your suffering will be monumental. If you have trouble understanding any portion of this letter, have Adinarak or one of the other Drow mercenaries explain it to you. In the blood of our father, RBP. The notorious RBP. Also, submit to my will and to the will of Ilmater. Weird. Because, of course, we know who Ilmater is, you know, the god of healing. There we go. Krillag's sigil is an open palm with a sphere levitating directly above. Interesting. I don't think we picked up anything else interesting, though. Okay, well that went pretty quickly. We'll explore the rest of the labyrinth before we return to Sablich Ton, I think. Let the others catch up over here. I think the mist discussion is just, that's proof that, you know, there are a lot of stories out there that have already been told, but you can still tell them in a new and interesting way, in like as part of your game. Put your spin on it. Because if something is good, if it was fun in a video game, you know, absolutely, why not use it in a tabletop campaign as well? And because video games and tabletops are different environments, a lot of folks, being players specifically, you know, like, they won't really see it coming, so it'll be fresh for them, even if they've played the video game version. Oh yeah, very much so. Very much so, because you have ultimate control there, whereas in a video game it's on rails. And so you can be like, alright, I really enjoyed this story, I really enjoyed this game, but what if this had happened? What if it had been this way? Ooh. Oh, this is where that bridge fell, down at the bottom. Interesting. Okay, well, let's see. Symbol of Clan Battlehammer. Calibac's Journal.
You just tell me what you need.
I need for you to identify this axe. Charged Battle Axe +2. Oh, 50% chance of dealing electrical damage and stunning. Okay, we've seen this before. Not bad, but... This small mithril hammer is slightly warm to the touch. It is a symbol for Clan Battlehammer, a clan of dwarves currently led by the 8th King, Bruenor Battlehammer. If y'all don't recognize that name, he is Drizzt's best friend. That is like an iconic Forgotten Realms character from the novels. The clan had always been led by his ancestors and passed on from generation to generation. Originally, the clan resided in Mithril Hall, but when they were forced out, they moved to the northern regions of Icewind Dale. Near the 10 towns, they set up a new home, providing equipment for the towns. In a place called, Kelvin's Cairn, if I'm not mistaken. Feel free to correct me on that if somebody knows better, but I believe that's what they called the mountain they lived in Icewind Dale. So that explains why this was here, because the Battlehammers were in this area. I'm afraid I may have been duped. Bandoth indicated where I might find the door to the forge, but I was unable to find any trace of it. I was prepared to search later on this evening, but a group of Ettins have encamped in the passage north of where I am now, and I am in no condition to be running past them. Hopefully I will get another opportunity to search the old meeting hall of the dwarves. Earlier, I uncovered some writings regarding a room within these walls that leads to the lower segments of this complex, and I can only assume that this room lies behind the door I have yet to find. To make matters worse, the same writings inferred that this room contained a puzzle that was designed to keep the invaders from discovering and desecrating the cemetery and forge. Perhaps Bandoth can provide some more assistance. Sounds like a door we may already have found. He specifically mentioned the meeting hall, and that's where we found that secret door to a room with some kind of puzzle in it. Which I'm pretty sure that that's a case of you have to step on the runes in the correct order. So the concept of the puzzle is not a difficult one, but of course there being so many symbols on the floor, the chance for error is really very high if you just start stomping around randomly and hoping that you'll get it. It's not going to go well, as we saw. Luckily, we're quite powerful, so getting shot with lightning bolts didn't kill anybody yet. But let's see. I believe that does it for here. Yep. Greetings again, traveler. We took care of that guy. I am forever in debt to you. I cannot speak much longer. I must tell you that each of the 6 have such a badge. Should you go in search of him, you will need to obtain each of them. I must rest. Well, bye. So yeah, okay. Well, we have one of the badges. We've been told that there are 5 more. Fascinating. Oh boy. So, a secret door that goes to a forge. Well, we know that that's where we have to head next. Some of these symbols here. Yeah, elaborate dwarven inscriptions. Some of those might be the same, perhaps? No, I think it's just a repeated... Yeah, repeated symbol. I was hoping that this might be some kind of a clue. Yeah. When I think elaborate and dwarf in the same, like, thought, I think of Dwarf Fortress. I feel almost like we're missing something. Huh.
Agreed.
Yeah, Dwarf Fortress is a very special game, and it's kind of like Crusader Kings or Europa Universalis. For me, it's in that category of overly complicated and micromanagey strategy games that are not fun for me to play, but they are incredibly entertaining to like hear about other people's exploits and ways that they have found to break the game. Because people are always getting up to some wild stuff, like shenanigans of all kinds in Dwarf Fortress, as well as the others that I listed. Okay. Ettin attacks blue myconid. How? Where? Where's this battle happening? Oh, okay. Okay, I was wondering about that, so that actually does help to explain what they're doing cohabitating down here. And that they are actually, like, fighting each other. Where is this happening? See, they're actually...
Here I come, and the hells come with me.
Sir, oh, we ran into more. Oh, I see. Goodness. These might be the ones that were being discussed earlier that were encamped. Maybe one of them has a clue. These monsters just kind of respawned. What is going on? There is like a whole battle. There we go. More myconids. This is unusual just because like dungeons in this game don't generally respawn with monsters. You can see there's still fighting going on. Look at those messages. Oh, really? We were having such a good time. Well, now you have to follow it up with some kind of two-headed joke about the Ettins, though. Oh my gosh, that's such a long way to go around. I don't even know what that means, but it sounds kind of dirty. Like, myconids sounds like some sort of weird, stereotypical Irish name, I guess. But that just makes it sound... I don't know how to get over here, but I feel like we should be able to. We've killed enough mushroom men. It's because it's... I guess it's where it's up on that shelf, that rock shelf. Well, we went in these caves, though. There's not much else to do. Yeah. Myconid of the Clan-onid. Sure as me father was an onid. They really want us to gather that party before venturing forth, I tell you that. Man, there's just not a lot to explore here, you know? Like, there's not a lot of things... Ooh, wait a minute. I say there's not a lot lighting up, but we found something. Here we go. We did miss something in this room. Yes, and just spraying spores everywhere every time that they talk. Yeah, enjoy that. That's for the fungi joke. Here we go. Let's pull this. Locked. Let's unlock this arm, then. Oh, I see. The mechanism that operates this does not have a conventional lock and may be warded against simple spells. That's how they tell you that knock doesn't work on it. Alright, well, we've discovered something. So, we know that that arm is important.
Agreed.
There's got to be an answer here somewhere. See, this is the one that we stepped on before, wasn't it, where we heard more clicks? Oh, it didn't shoot lightning at us this time. Neither did that one. Oh, okay. Well. Okay, so what, did we reset it? And have to move them
I'm on it.
kind of over here out of the way because one of those lightning bolts is bouncing directly down the door. Man, those were the good old days. Back in 2nd edition when lightning bolts bounced. And oh, how they bounced at angles. It's a click from over there. Let's see. It's really true. I love the lore of 2nd edition, and I feel like it had more soul to it than 3rd edition did, but 3rd edition was absolutely mechanically superior, and of course we've gone in a good direction from there with like Pathfinder and 5e. Yeah, there's got to be a certain order. I mean, stepping on them randomly is not helpful. I'm trying to see if there's some kind of a clue. There's got to be an order to it. But what is the order? This one is the one that's on the table out there. Oh. Okay. Maybe that's the only one you need to step on? Let's take a look outside. Keeping in mind, okay, so maybe this is our clue. Let's take a look. So we've got the hammer striking the anvil, and then it looks like crossed axes and then double rings. Maybe that's our order? Let's try this again. Okay, still locked. Okay. Well, let's see. There's crossed axes. Okay, I think we've got it figured out, maybe. Maybe. It might be too early to say that, but let's see. Okay. So we stepped on that one. and that turns the traps off so that now we can traverse the outer ring, meaning we can safely navigate over here and step on the next one. Aha. Okay. And so that way we don't have to walk around the inner ring to get to the next set of symbols. Hear a loud clattering coming from the round table room. Okay. There we go. We've got it. We got it. Just takes a little observation. I should be better at puzzles. I've only been doing this for, 20-odd years. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, okay. So this opens something back through here. Up, there we go. Folks, we've done it. All right. Let's head down. This massive gear mechanism for the retractable stairwell is still creaking from recent operation. Ooh. Ooh, there's a note here. Oh! Oh. Dang it. I love his angry, noise where he gets hit by the traps. Let's see what this note says. Dver. This trap has left me for dead, but it's just as well. I've felt the evil within me since the moment I stepped foot in this crypt. My actions no longer my own, my thoughts confused, my will gone. Perhaps another will discover the disturbance before it manages to overcome them. I found another route through a gaping hole in one of the prison cells in the Orog-infested area above this chamber, but that led to yet more of their foul kind and a large grotesque beast that I could have sworn was speaking with me. Perhaps the evil was within my mind even then. Alright. Put these away. So that's telling us, basically, if we come this way too early, then it's telling us to go back and to meet Sablich Tan.
I'm here. Jordan.
Okay, so this is just a single room, I believe. Yeah.
I'm on it.
Ooh. Much roomier. Okay. You go first.
I'm on it.
Let's see, this beautiful monument appears to represent dwarven craftsmanship in the art of metallurgy, and also seems to have at one time been something functional. Interesting. Ooh, you suddenly feel very, very cold. It's interesting. Okay, well, no way to go but up, since this, if this is a door, it's closed. Oh, Norlinor. Defiler, have you two come to desecrate the remains of our home? Nope. Then why do you disturb this temple of Moradin? I was hoping to learn more of the conflict that occurred here. Two catastrophes occurred within Dorn's Deep. The first was the destruction of our community at the hands of the orcs. More recently, there has been the occupation of our cemetery, the Tears of the Dead, by the necromancer Terracon. Terracon? He is a wretched necromancer that came to Dorn's Deep shortly after the strife that put an end to our community. He was aware of the tragedy that gripped the Deep and knew it would serve as fertile ground to continue his research. During the destruction of the Deep, we had the misfortune of uncovering a cavern that housed an ancient vortex from the negative energy plane. Vortex, then, if there was only one. Now, I don't know if some being from that plane felt our presence, or if the vortex itself was disturbed by the intrusion, but shortly thereafter, undead began to appear. And they invaded the deep? At first it was merely a skeleton or two, nothing we couldn't handle. But over time we received more and more reports of undead sightings. In the end, I don't think any of us were prepared for what would become known as the Battle of the Dead. Well, it's a good thing that we found that axe, then. One morning, our community awoke to the screams of the son of Jamoth. He'd been playing within some of the caves near the forge and claimed he had seen a small group of skeletons. We sent a few men down to investigate. They returned, badly wounded. Hundreds of skeletons, zombies, ghouls, and other undead had suddenly appeared in the vortex cave, preparing to attack the settlement. With time working against us, we assembled our remaining soldiers and went forth to vanquish the deceased. Oh, man. Yeah, that would have been a one-sided battle. No Dorn's dwarf would concede defeat while our community was threatened. Our wounded began to accumulate, and many of our brethren joined their attackers in spiritual unrest that day. Just as it appeared that we might have to retreat, a miracle occurred. From within the tides of flesh and bone emerged Jamoth, hacking at the dead around him with a fevered glee, bellowing with laughter. With each swing of his weapon, the undead around him disintegrated, regardless of whether he struck them or not. It was a beautiful sight to see, my friend. Oh, sounds like he leveled up into a paladin really hard. Jamoth and our community were touched by Moradin that day. We later discovered the vortex that had brought forth the undead was somehow reversed, returning the spirits to their home within the plane of negative energy. Okay, and this Terracon guy heard about that. Yes. Once our community no longer inhabited these chambers, Terracon took up residence in the Hall of Heroes with a determination to restore the vortex. He is convinced that if he unlocks its secrets, he will be able to manipulate other vortices throughout Faerun. But he would die. Terracon knew no mortal man could ever master the vortex. Shortly after his arrival in our home, he began preparing himself for the rituals necessary to become a lich. Fortunately, Terracon must have neglected some of the proper enchantments, as the powers he wields are inferior to much of his kind. He is much more powerful than I. I am fortunate to continue to inhabit these chambers with my own mind. Once Terracon learns of any dead within these halls, he seeks to destroy their will with his necromantic arts. Anything that lives, he slays. Oh, well, we'll take him down. That would not be an easy task. You cannot destroy Terracon by striking him down. It is his life force that sustains him, not his shell. Right, because he's a lich, and the way liches work is they basically take their soul out, put it in a box, put that box somewhere else, and then every time that you destroy their physical body, they reform wherever the box is at. You Harry Potter fans would recognize the idea behind like a Horcrux, I think. That's where that came from. It's kind of the same idea. Voldemort was basically just a really crappy lich. Yeah, see, liches store their life forces within specially constructed phylacteries. Most liches go to great lengths to protect their phylacteries, often placing them in remote locations where no one can find them, then safeguarding them with enchantments. Terracon, however, feels his phylactery is safest close to him and has placed it within a crypt in the Hall of Heroes. Yes, yeah. And Koschei actually appears in the Forgotten Realms lore, although he is an evil demon lord, I think, who ascended to godhood as god of the Frost Giants. Yeah, Baba Yaga gets everybody in the end. So let's see. The phylactery is not something that can be destroyed by common means. To destroy it, you'll need to remove it from this plane. A daunting task, to be certain. Listen. We've been through a lot to get here. And that is where fortune favors us. The very vortex that Terracon is studying can destroy him as well. It lies within the Hall of Heroes, inside the tomb of Jamoth. Any undead being, regardless of power, is pulled back to that dreadful plane of existence upon entry into the tomb. That is why I have never been able to enter it myself. Yeah, he's not a lich. He is the god of the frost giants, but I think he's kind of like Orcus. Like, he started out as a demon lord and got powerful enough to become a god. I think he might still be a demon lord who's just worshipped as a god and just be very powerful without being a true deity. I can't remember without looking up the lore, but he is, either way, he's like the god of the frost giants. Okay, so take the phylactery inside Jamoth's tomb to destroy Terracon. Ah, but to reach the Hall of Heroes, you will need to pass through the Tiers of the Dead, where Terracon resides. Not only that, but the great door to the Hall of Heroes is locked, and I am certain Terracon possesses the key. If you defeat Terracon's physical form, make haste for the Hall of Heroes, for he will only be subdued for a short while. That is a lot. Let's go back to the beginning here. So, let's see. Who are you, by the way? I am known as Norlinor. While alive, I served as a priest of Moradin for our church here within Dorn's Deep. Oh, so I should have been reading this with a dwarven accent the whole time. I knew better because his name is Norlinor. Specifically, I was given the title Artisan of the Forge, and it was my duty to maintain this place. I died defending this temple. I did not anticipate revisiting it in the afterlife. The presence of Terracon, the necromancer who has taken up residence in the Tiers of the Dead, has quenched the flames that gave the forge life. With the forge cold, the spirits of the dead have become restless, forced from their tombs into servitude for that monster. Almost all the dead of Dorn's Deep are now enslaved to Terracon. I fear I am the only one who remains free. Terracon's transformation into a lich has caused enough negative energy to be drawn to the area that even our forges and machines have been affected. Perhaps destroying Terracon could bring the forge to life again. One thing is for certain. As long as the forge remains cold, the spirits of Dorn's Deep are denied our final rest. Alright. So yeah, that's what we felt down there when it was cold. Oh, and he'll heal us because he's a cleric, even though he's undead. Nice. Alright. So, well, man, we've got an adventure now. Okay. Well, we've got 3 doors to go through. Exactly. You light up my afterlife. Let's see. We've got to pick one of these doors, head through there, fight Terracon and destroy his physical body so that we can loot his corpse, then run up to the vortex in the correct tomb and find his phylactery there and throw it in to keep him dead. That's going to be the most important thing because, of course, as a lich, he's going to have a lot of special abilities. He's going to have a lot of nasty spells and stuff he's going to be throwing at us. So we're going to be on a timer, but since obviously we have to come back here to turn the quest in, we should be good if we chuck the phylactery in there and then come back and worry about, like, exploring the rest of the area. So we need to focus on the most important task first. So what do y'all think? Should we try the left door, the right door, or the center door to start with? I think I remember that all 3 of these come out into an area beyond that eventually links up. Like, I don't think that there is any place beyond here that is reachable exclusively through the matching door. But, of course, we're going to start out in a different part of the area beyond, so... And I may be wrong. Like, if we go through the left door, there may be places through the right door that we can't get to. We'll have to come back through here and go round. So, what do you think? Left, right, or center? Where should we start? We'll just go straight ahead. Yeah, that's fair enough. Well, and also left is very traditional for us, right? Left is right. Okay, here we go then. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, girl. Okay, well, first things first. This is the anti-undead axe, right? Let's go ahead and switch that. That'll help. And he can turn undead if need be, so let's let them come to us. And then let's do it. We'll split them into 2 groups. There we go. Let's do this. Oh. Can't let the back row get attacked. Oh, goodness. Alright. Let's keep an eye out for traps. And we will worry about looting this place later. First, we've got to deal with Terracon. Once we find him. Oh, Lich. Where is he? We'll see him. More of these armored skeletons. We've not seen them in a while. Okay. So a lot of these. What's this? The walkways of this cemetery appear to be built upon hundreds of interred, hastily carved open-air tombs, their final homes.
Time to trim this one down to size.
Okay, defensive positions. Oh, of course. Come on now, Motmic. Aha! Not the trap that I really was expecting to find, but I mean, we might as well go ahead and disarm them.
I'm on it.
Okay, and it actually does look like maybe we cannot get to those other areas from here. Okay, let's go for it. Oh, there he is.
Death comes for you.
Let's get through his retinue quickly. Ooh, Juju zombies. Get him. Get him. Break his concentration. Okay. Well, stop that physical form anyway. He will be back.
Agreed.
To the Great Forge. Okay, I think all 3 of those doors come out in the same place then, because we picked to the left, but this is just to the Hall of Heroes. Okay, but we've got to find the key. Oh, that's right. I think we have to search like every single one of these. Hey! Maybe not. Okay. We're going for it. No, don't stop detecting traps. A statue created in the likeness of a dwarven warrior. The plaque below appears to have been vandalized, making the former inscription impossible to read. I don't know, I feel like these are like those phoenixes, or not phoenixes, but sphinxes you have to run through. Oh, he's back in the never-ending story. I have no idea which one is Jamoth's tomb. I'm going to assume it's at the end. It's the furthest one away. Oh, there he is. Get him. Get him. Get him. Put him down. Liches are so dangerous. I hate them. Uh-oh. Let's see. In contrast to the other statues in this hall, this one represents a warrior of elven descent. A plaque below reads, "In memory of Yvain, whose understanding and selflessness will be remembered forever." Ooh, that's going to be very important. We'll have to come back there. We go. "In memory of Gaznak, whose endurance during the Battle of the Dead will serve as an example to our entire community." Resnath, who died honorably protecting the deep. Brioth. Jamoth, here we go. This one. Alright, Keishara, grab it. None of these are... Isn't that where it's supposed to be? I thought. Have we missed a step? Let's see. Evath, who with Yvain struggled to encourage unity between elves and dwarves. Eveth, I guess, probably. Well... So we've got to find his phylactery. So this is where... This is where that should be. Let's double check our notes here. Okay, we need to obtain his soul container from the Hall of Heroes, bring it into the tomb of Jamoth, also within the Hall of Heroes. Okay, so another one of these tombs has his phylactery in it. We're going to have to search them all. Oop, okay. Search for traps, Motmic. Oh, here. Yeah. And you're a dwarf. I feel a little better about him, like, being the one who actually loots the tomb if we have to go through some of these old bones or something. Ooh, a greater mummy. Don't care for that. Don't care for that. Stop him. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Ooh. Okay, at least it was just a flame strike. That could have been so much worse. Brieth's journal, a wooden shawm. We have to put him down again. Yep, there he goes. Get him. Put those boots of haste to good use. Put him down. There we go. Goodness gracious. There's a lot of tension here. Well, he'll have to hug somebody else. That is a very dwarvish helmet. Man, Motmic is not finding a lot of traps. These are dwarven traps. You'd think he'd get a bonus or something. Yvain's journal. We're just going to go up one side and then down the other. Looks like this tomb might be empty. There's also no statue there, so that makes sense. Okay. This door was locked. Yep. Oh, I think that might be it. Grab it. Gennex journal. Oh, okay. I saw a body there, and I thought maybe that was like his original body, the Lich's original body. Man, we've been at this a while. Keishara's armor spell just wore off. There we go. Terracon's journal. Oh, I think we've got it. I think we found it.
I await Sabich.
Hurry up, Keishara. Elf and dwarf working together. That makes sense. I'll find it. Terracon's phylactery. Oh, gosh. Her inventory's full. Okay, quick. Learn these spells. There we go.
I'm on it.
You would do well to feel
Get him.
around.
Get him. Get him.
A little fire and luck. Things up.
They said he wasn't a very good lich because like his powers were not as great as a typical lich's, but honestly he seems to be doing fine because he is a pretty decent spellcaster, but more importantly a lich usually takes like a long time to reform after they're destroyed. It's not instantaneous, and this guy is coming back like bam, bam, bam. So alright, you two. There we go. Ta-da! Terracon's phylactery is suddenly whisked from your possession and disintegrates in midair. A horrible howling is heard through the area, continuing for a small eternity. Dang. Whew. I think we might be safe. Yeah, I think we're good. There we go, the Lich's tomb. I love how it's marked on the map now. Shoo-wee. Okay. Well, that does mean that all three of those doors went back to the same place. And that goes out to the glacier. We're going to be back here, so let's head back real quick. We're probably going to need to rest soon as well. Let's tell Norlanor like what happened. Get his blessing, basically. Make sure that the forge is started back up. Put all these souls to rest. Then we can think about borrowing some of the treasure from the honored dead. Methinks. Come on, Keishara. Woohoo! There we go. Motmic. There we go. You talk to him. As the hearth warms the room, so is my heart warmed, knowing that my brothers will return to their rest. We owe you much, traveler. Yeah, there's nothing to it. If you gaze upon the forge, you will now notice the outline of a receptacle. Within is a key to the door in the Hall of Heroes that leads to Worm's Tooth Glacier. I have faith that the answers you seek will become clearer once you reach the glacier. Thank you again, friend. And may Moradin smile upon you. We have restored the forge to working order, enabling the dwarven undead to find peace. Rest now, my guy. I love how instead of like evaporating, he just like leaves. Like he just politely excuses himself out the far door. That's great. And there we go. The magical forge. Let's grab that key. Ooh, and a magic axe, too. Thank you. Appreciate it. Keishara dabs. And we came out this door, so yeah, all of these just go to the Tears of the Dead, I think. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, well, let's start here. Let's see. Okay, we can pass that along to Keishara and she can put it away. Forge key. Let's see if Sonic can identify that. Oh, and Terracon's journal. We gotta read that as well. The Celebrant's Blade +4. This beautiful axe was carefully made by Brioth Silverhand, a master craftsman and devoted worshipper of Moradin. Brioth created the weapon to celebrate the completion of a glorious monument to his god, the father of the dwarven race. He placed it in the monument should a hero need it to liberate Dorn's Deep at some future date. And it's just a +4 axe. Well, that's awesome. That is indeed awesome. And I think we can switch axes again now. There we go. You can have those. Forgot about those. Terracon's key. We don't need that anymore, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so we'll throw that in the bag of holding to be held. The forge key. Inferno arrow +2. Ooh, nice. Okay, +1d10 fire. I like that. Heavy crossbow of accuracy, another one of those. Okay. And Hatheland leveled up. Lovely. Thako reduced. Ah, level 2 priest spells. You'll love to see it. Alicorn Lance, Flame Blade, Goodberry, maybe Fine Traps, Charm Person or Mammal, Cure Moderate Wounds. I almost forgot that he has spells because he only has one. This isn't bad. Creates a magical lance that looks like a unicorn's horn and shoots at it for damage. There we go. We'll give him an attack spell. Why not? Okay. Well, let's test this theory. Yep, there we go. Okay, well, now it's just looting. There's going to be a lot of this. Let's go ahead and we will pass some of this stuff at least. Want to make sure that we don't get taken in by any remaining traps. We're only going to take the magical stuff. I think that we're solidly at that point in the game. Or if it's not enchanted, then we can afford to just leave it behind. It's a good thing we do have a bag of holding. We may have to start putting some stuff to sell in there. Maybe that's not a bad idea, actually. Maybe instead of keeping documents and things in it, we should put all of our loot in there, and that way we could just go in, select all, and sell. I might change things around for that. Some of this can go to Keishara, some of it can go to Sana. They can both identify things, I hope. Well, apparently not. All of that high-level elven wizard lore is completely and totally useless. Thanks. Bolt of Lightning. Have that back. Chaos Dagger +3. Inferno Darts +4. Small Shield +1. And Large Shield +1 +4 versus missiles. What's this? Ooh, Warhammer +3 Life Giver. 20% chance to heal 1d4 to self. That's not bad at all, actually. She can carry that. Let's read this book so we can put it away. Evening 19. This portion of the deep has been a pleasant surprise, to say the least. Not only do the ancient dwarven deterrents provide me much seclusion for my work, I have gained the ability to have their spirits become my unwilling servants in knowledge. Soon I will begin my final transcendence, and my ascended existence within this region will ensure that my power is without challenge. My new minions, unable to ever find their peace as long as my thoughts occupy what is left of their minds. Morning 23. A curious experience today. I finally managed to open the door to Jamoth's tomb, and upon entering I was overcome with fatigue. At first I felt as though I may have unintentionally sprung a trap, but upon revisiting the tomb later I discounted that possibility. I felt as though life itself were leaving my body and twisting my coherence. I will need to investigate this room further in the future and exercise caution. I feel as though there may be something within those chambers that would challenge my occupation of these halls. Morning 26. I have given up attempting to open the door to Worm's Tooth. I'd hoped to have visited the area to gather some necessities for my rite of passage, but it appears to be impossible to move the door in any way without its key. I know from my readings of the lore scattered about here that the key was placed in or around the dwarven monument outside of the cemetery, but its hiding place appears to be impossible to find in the forge's current state. I'm afraid that without certain resources the process will render me weaker than I originally intended, but I appear to have no choice but to use what I have. Okay, so he settled for, like, crappy lichdom. Let's see, this is all those keys and things like that. Yeah. Okay, well, let's head this way. Yeah, because all of these...
Watch me go.
Some of these have got to be trapped, surely. Haha! Ooh. Sword. Dagger. Nothing. Ah. More traps. You'd think everything here would be trapped, honestly. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. There we go. Anything else? Let's just start at the end. Don't need that. Darts. Hammer. Sword. Are we sure there are no traps here? I kind of don't believe it. Oh ho ho! See? I knew I should trust my gut. Nothing. Darts. Shield. Nothing. Alright, that takes care of that side. Some of these may stack. Like, I'm pretty sure those are more, yeah, lightning bolts. Static darts. Bastard sword +2. Conflagration. Fire resistance +50%. 10% chance to release a 5-hit dice fireball. So. Well. Don't care for that. That's fun, though. So that's basically a, you know, it gives you fire resistance because every few times that you hit, the sword explodes. Okay. Aha. Trying to be careful where I move as well, since I know that there are floor traps, not just traps on the actual tombs themselves. It's kind of nasty that not all of them are trapped, because then, you know, you start to think, well, I'll just open this one. Or I found a trap, so rather than searching for more, I'll assume that's the one, and then I'll open the rest of them. And that's a bad road to go down. I really hope they don't mind. Already got these, I think, but I'm going to double check. We went through this section kind of fast.
I'm on.
Alright, there we go. You know, we got all kinds of interesting stuff to do here. So let's see. Let's start with this ring and bolts stuff. More things. Short sword +1. We need a second bag of holding. That's what we need. Bolt of biting. Dagger +1. Ring of the Protector +2. Oh, nice. I think, isn't that what Hatheland's wearing? No. Somebody had that on, I thought. Well, anyway, it's a nice find, and it's been a while since we found a magical ring. So this is +2 to AC and 10% magic resistance. I think that this would be great for Motmic, because he's got a ring slot open. He has the highest AC. Definitely. Oh, come on now. He can't wear it because of the studded leather armor. Crud. Can anyone wear it then? Other magical equipment. She doesn't have a ring on. Can she wear it? Well, everyone's got magic armor at this point. So, I mean... Oh, man. So that's just going to be something that we can't even use. That's gross. Yeah, because we can't even benefit from the 10% magic resistance because of the armor class ability. In modern Dungeons & Dragons, if you have multiple items on that give you the same type of bonus, like in Pathfinder and so on, only the highest bonus counts. In 5e, they moved even further away from that, and it's like all defense bonuses are basically untyped, and so it will tell you whether it stacks or not. Like, it either gives you a bonus to AC, in which case they all stack, or it sets your AC to a value, as in the case of like bracers of armor, in which case it doesn't stack with armor. It's whichever one is better. But in 2nd edition, you literally could not wear certain magic items if you had something that was giving you the same type of bonus. So if you had on +1 leather armor, you couldn't put on a +2 like ring of protection. You just had to do without. Or you had to pick one. Like I said, I like the setting lore of 2nd edition really well. It'll always have a place in my heart, but I'm adult enough to acknowledge that mechanically it was a very overly complicated and inferior system compared to later iterations of D&D. Here we go. Let's see what we can dig up. See, as long as it's Motmic, I don't feel too bad. Brioth's journal. Okay. Did we not even open that one? Oh no, because we went up this side and then came back down the other, so. Make sure, did we take everything out of Jamoth's tomb? We did not. Okay, that'll get us started. And here, let's we'll have the others come up this way so he doesn't have to walk as far, and we'll be able to keep track of which ones we have already looted. So let's see. Potion of Infravision. She's carrying those. And actually, she can have this as well since she's our summon monster user. Not that she has used it. Red potion. Okay, it is just a red potion. Close examination reveals this liquid to be very peculiar in nature. It could be a sorcerer's dream, but that would depend on whom you asked. After ingesting the mixture, the drinker becomes the weakest, most unwise, yet incredibly intelligent person to have ever lived, with an innate 50% magic resistance as well. The effects remain for an entire 24 hours, so think carefully before unplugging the cork. Wow. That's amazing and dangerous. Benorg's Truth +3. Okay. AC +1. 10% chance target is stunned for 4 seconds. I'm still not sure. Yeah, because this is missile resistance as well. So you lose the missile resistance. AC is reduced by 1, but it's +1 additional 1 to hit and damage over the other one. We'll think about that. Hold Fast +3. This is a one-handed longsword. AC +1, slashing resistance 15, and 15% chance to hold a target for 1 turn. Interesting. And this is the one, it's a +2 sword with a 25% chance of confusion. I think this is actually better. Because the confusion is not bad, but I mean, I would rather paralyze someone, and then the rest of the time, you're getting an additional +1 to hit and damage, and a bonus to AC. So nice, an upgrade for her, finally. Mail of Life +3. This armor was crafted from meteoric iron by dwarven and elven smiths during the time of cooperation. A high priest of Moradin and a high priest of Labellus and Noreth enchanted the armor with its powers. Unfortunately, no elven or dwarven warrior ever wore the chainmail. When troubles arose between the hand of the Seldarine and Dorn's Deep, the dwarves locked the armor in a vault, refusing to use anything the elves had a hand in creating. Ooh, +10 max HP and regenerate 1 hit point per turn, as well as a very nice AC bonus. He can wear this. That might not be bad because it gives a bonus to his health. AC 5. 3 versus slashing, 4 versus piercing and missile. Yeah, so this definitely is better overall. Man, that's really good though. They have a lot of hit points. I do feel like it should go to somebody else. He is in melee more, but I feel like it's an appropriate, like, kind of legacy thing for him to wear it. What do y'all think? Should we give this to Motmic? Increase his hit points a little bit and give him that resistance, plus he does have the crummiest AC. Or should we give it to Sam because Sam does get in fights more often? Or at least he's in melee more often. Tell me what you think. I'm going to read Brioth's journal. The great monument was completed today, and it is a wonder to see. If there is any doubt to the significance of my role within the Dorn community, let it now be laid to rest. There are those who find pride and glory in the chase, traveling above and underground to ensure the good fortune of our home, but I am not one of them. I must admit, I too would take up the arms should my name be called to protect those around me, but until that day I feel myself far more resourceful creating the weapons than wielding them. In honor of our new marvel, I have created a special blade that I will place with the other items commissioned for the monument receptacle. Should the day come that our way of life is defended by a sole survivor, he will fight with the will of many, knowing that I have provided him with a weapon worthy of such an honor. May this blade never be wielded, and if one day it is, may it serve its owner well. And that's to go with the axe, the Celebrant's blade. Put that in there. Yeah, I'm leaning towards giving this to Motmic. If y'all don't have another opinion, if nobody else is super invested in one or the other, it probably really does make more sense to give it to Sam. But I think I'm going to give it to Motmic. He has fewer hit points than Sam anyhow. There we go. Look at that. Nice. And the hit points as well. Excellent. Oh, was that everything from this round? Aha, here we go. Owain's Lullaby. Owain's Lullaby was created by a disturbed bard named Owain Piper. And Piper was a worshipper of Oral, Ooh, born in the town of Silvery Moon and raised to embrace the frigid environment of his homeland. That's weird. Silvery Moon is like a super good aligned place. He traveled extensively in the Moon Sea, where he met a mage named Pelham of the Moor. Owain and Pelham became good friends and stayed in contact for over a decade. Pelham eventually enchanted Owain's lullaby for the bard in exchange for a small sum of money. Owain rarely used the instrument in battle, typically employing it when he found late migrating geese lounging on a lake. He would blow the horn in such a way that the geese heard it as the sound of their cousins heading south for the winter. As the geese would attempt to take flight, Owain's horn would freeze them in mid-stroke, where he would leave them to die. Dang. So it casts Cone of Cold. Well, she's not using these potions of infravision. They haven't really been necessary, so we'll give her that since she is a bard. Dang, son. There we go. And you know what? I don't think we'll sell that one. I'm going to throw that in the bag of holding and hang on to it. Okay, back to looting. There's so much to do. So much to see. Spell scroll. Whose tomb is this one? Resnath. Anything in this room besides treasure? Anything dangerous? Anything I don't want to step on? Resnath's journal. Okay. This is Yvain's, of course. Definitely want to grab her journal from up here, because we know we're going to take that back to her dad. Her undead dad. Her undad, if you will. Ooh, Bronze Sentry. Where did you come from?
I'm on it.
Oh. Oh, goodness. So they animated from over here, I guess.
Work then. I'm on it.
Dang. 10,000 apiece. Wow, those were golems of some kind. Go ahead and give this to Sam while I'm thinking about it.
Jordan.
Go, that was his phylactery. Okay. Genex's journal. Okay, and I believe that that's everything, folks. We found it all, so let's see what exactly we found. We'll deal with these spells later. Spell Thrust is like sort of a targeted dispel magic. Let's see, Genex's journal. Let's read Resnath's first. I knew not of fear until today. It was not taught in my youth nor acquired through my years. Yet somehow it has suddenly arrived at my door, ready to consume all that which I have valued and all that I have loved. The humans, the elves, only they are capable of such character. Only they are able to bend when those around them needed them the most. Only they. I cannot face my people now, for I am a changed man, and I will not return to accept that of which I am undeserving. Please forgive me. Interesting. Genex's journal. I have occupied this empty tomb for several days now, and I will be attempting to cross the cemetery once again tomorrow morning. The door to the outside passage is locked, and I know the key rests within a container built onto the side of the forge monument. With some stroke of luck or higher intervention, I was able to avoid the attention of that dreadful lich on my last trip across. but upon inspection of the forge, I was able to locate the receptacle. It seems likely that the monument will need to be restored to its original working state before the container's whereabouts can be determined, but I have been unable to locate anything remotely resembling a switch, lever, or the like that would activate it. I can only assume that the lich is responsible, and as long as he is present within these chambers, I will be unable to find the key and unable to escape. I have found powerful magics within these tombs, but even if by some amazing stroke of luck I was able to dispatch the foul creature, he has undoubtedly hidden his life force container beyond these walls. Without its destruction, his absence from this world is purely temporary, and upon returning I do not dare dwell on the horrible fate that would be stalking me. Wonder if he starved to death in that tomb, or what? And Yvain's journal, finally. The last few weeks have been a blur, but I will recount as best I can. Arriving at Dorn's Deep in the middle of the night did not lead to a warm welcome by the dwarves, especially with what had come to pass between both our races. As expected, the dwarves were very apprehensive of what I had to say. There were too many fresh and open wounds between both our peoples. Situations like this are never easy, but I consider myself as good a diplomat as father, perhaps better. Each day spent in council did not end until late evening, and always in pure exhaustion. We argued and bickered over the recent past events. Although we still continued to spend countless hours in council, the dwarves began to trust that I had no maliciousness behind my words. The dwarves agreed to treaty in the name of the greater good for both our races later that week. I had been successful in my part. I saw hope for the first time in many months. The only thing left was to return home and convince my own people that this was our only chance at true salvation. The hardest part would be to convince father, but he will listen. He must listen, else let our people face death. The next morning almost made the last few weeks' work in vain. A dwarven scout arrived and told us the largest orcish army he had ever seen was only hours away. With little time to prepare, our defenses were overrun and the orcs began to pour into Dorn's Deep. We began our retreat into the depths of Dorn's Deep. Key passages were collapsed to cover our movements and buy us time. Even in such dire conditions, this allowed the dwarves to control when and where we would fight. Every battle cost the orcs dearly, as the dwarves fought on their terms, but we were still being driven farther and farther back. Even now, we make preparations to retreat farther into Worm's Tooth Glacier. Even as grim as this sounds, I still hold hope. Hope that I will tell father of how I fought side by side with our dwarven friends as in days of old. Hope that he will hear the tales of the dwarves who sacrificed their lives so that I may return home someday to reunite both our peoples. Hope to see my father's stubborn face once again. For my people and the Seldarine's hand, Yvain. Well, we know she didn't make it home. Unfortunate.
I'm on it.
But at least we can carry her message back, right?
Fighting their way through the Orogs in the upper chambers, the party descended deeper into the bowels of the dwarven stronghold. Gradually, the hewn passageway transitioned from stone to ice, as if the dwarves had run out of room within the mountain and had expanded their tunnels into the adjoining glacier. Icy blasts of wind whipped through the passage as it wound its way through the glacier and out onto the frozen surface above.
And so that concludes Chapter 4, which means it's time for a new chapter. We're doing pretty good, y'all. Oof. More ice trolls. Snow trolls as well. Trolls of every description. Dislike.
I'll do my best myself. I'm not sure about that.
Ice trolls, of course, when they go down, they just stay down. They're dead. Snow trolls are like the other kind, like the regular trolls, where they actually have to be finished off. Alright, Hatheland, come on. Do it. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. We've come a long way. Let's throw these in our gem bag here. Shoo-wee.
Agreed.
Oh, this is going to be another big area. It's going to be a while, I think, before we actually make it back to the Hand of the Seldarine in order to tell Laryl about our adventures. And so, that conversation is going to have to wait until next weekend. We have cleared Dorn's Deep. We have finished Chapter 4. Chapter 5 lies open ahead of us. And so, when we return, we will begin to explore the Worm's Tooth Glacier and see exactly what it was that Norlanor was talking about and where it takes us. Personally, I can't wait. So, I hope that you enjoyed this stream, and if you're not already subscribed, please do. And you'll be able to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well if you head on over that way with the link below. And like up this video when I upload it sometime tomorrow, hopefully. And you can find links in both of those places back and forth to Pillow Fort if you use that, to my Facebook page, to Twitter, where you can stay updated on everything that I'm doing. And send me messages, respond to polls, and otherwise participate. And I hope that I will see continued participation from y'all next weekend when we come back, Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for more Icewind Dale. And until then, as always, I'm glad that you guys were along. Thank you for being part of the party, and thanks for playing.